Dr. Kim and everybody here to give me the opportunity to tell you my story. So this slide is actually pretty old. I made it like 3 or 4 years ago, but it still doesn't change really who I am. In fact, one of the things I think is the cutest is like, this is my little girl. She's 2.5 or 3 here. She's 6 now, and now I have a boy her age. So I got to look at this and go, oh my gosh, that's what my boy Jake looks like. So a little bit about me. I have been in AUHSD since I started working essentially, probably like 24, 25. So I taught science for 12 years of my life at Ball Junior High, and then I eventually came down the road of being an administrator. Let's see. I'm really a big advocate for civic learning. I'm sure you heard a lot of that with Dr. Kim, how important it is to advocate for the things in our community, in our nation that we believe is best for us as people. I speak Spanish. Si hay alguno de ustedes que hablan español, encontrarme ahí durante el almuerzo y podemos charlar en español también. My favorite things for science, because I like to talk about projects. I think projects are so fun. When I did projects as a teacher, I did things from coding. I really got into like this coding corona and my students trying to hypothesize what coronavirus would look like in the future. I also did a big PBL on the decommissioning of oil rigs. I think it's so fascinating. We have these oil rigs, like you guys all use the energy that comes from them. Every time mom, dad, uncle, cousin goes to that gas station, puts the gas in their car, a big chunk of that oil comes from offshore oil rigs. So I think it's such an interesting concept from the energy that we use to the unique biodiverse environment that the oil rigs have created. So I did a video where I went to scuba dive. That's another passion of mine. I just like scuba diving. For me, it's like that zen moment. I love being underwater, like, 40, 50 feet, just kind of freezing and just breathing and watching the nature around me. I think that's kind of like, for me, like my meditation. It sounds intense for some people because it's scuba diving, but it's like riding a bike. I got so used to it that I know the rules and it gives me my moment of peace and tranquility. I love scuba diving. I even got to take my daughter snorkeling this past summer at Catalina. It's another little space of mine. I love Catalina Island. For those of you who've had a chance to hear about Ocean Academy, I'm trying to see if I see anybody in here that wants to be to Catalina. I don't see any. But that's another special place for me. I love Catalina Island. I'm also a Disney nerd. I think Disney's fun. It's right here in our backyard, right? We're Mickey Mouse's backyard, so to speak. So my wife is a big Disney person too, so we go to Disneyland every once in a while. But I think if there's, I played soccer too. I played soccer at San Jose State and UC Riverside. I got a chance to play in Montenegro and Argentina a little bit too. So soccer is a huge passion of mine. I just like playing. In fact, I'm really sore today from my game yesterday, to be quite honest. And I just love being outdoors. Gardening is another passion of mine. But playing soccer and traveling, those kind of go together somewhat. When you play sports, sometimes you do a lot of traveling. So that's where I built my passion for travel, was through soccer, going places, playing other places. I'll never forget playing in Albania. Like, that was just an intense game. And you just learn about people and cultures, and at least the beauty of soccer brings us all together. So that's why I think I love the World Cup so much too. It brings all cultures from around the world together. So that's a little bit about me. I'm enjoying my second year as an Eagle. We have our big Friday where we have our assembly. I look forward to sharing a little bit more about how I think it's important to be an outstanding Eagle. But with that said, I think that's about everything for me. Aside from my little girl who's 6 and my little boy who's about her age now, I also have another little girl coming in December. So I'll have 3 little monsters to take care of. So thank you guys for hearing my story. I hope sometime you could come out to lunch and tell me a little bit about your story, because I think it's cool to hear from my students too, how they're learning and growing throughout their 7th, 8th grade year. So thank you guys.